Patience is the quiet strength that allows life to unfold naturally, without force or resistance. It is the ability to wait, not just for external events to occur, but for personal growth to take root. In a world that often demands immediate results, patience becomes a rare virtue. Yet it holds the power to transform how we experience life. When we embrace patience, we shift from reacting impulsively to responding thoughtfully. This shift brings a sense of balance and calm, reducing unnecessary stress and anxiety. Practicing patience means understanding that everything has its own rhythm and pace. Just as nature follows its seasons without rushing, our lives also progress in cycles. Impatience often stems from a desire to control outcomes, but true growth happens when we surrender to the process. By allowing time for things to develop, we cultivate resilience and trust in the journey. This mindset helps us accept delays, failures, and challenges as part of a larger picture rather than as obstacles to be resisted. One of the most profound effects of patience is its ability to strengthen our relationships. Whether in friendships, family, or romantic connections, patience allows us to truly listen and understand others without judgment. Rushed interactions often lead to misunderstandings, while patience fosters deeper communication and empathy. When we give people the time and space to express themselves, we build stronger and more meaningful bonds. This ability to remain present and composed, even in difficult moments, is a reflection of emotional intelligence. In moments of struggle, patience serves as a source of inner stability. When faced with setbacks or disappointments, impatience fuels frustration, making problems seem larger than they are. However, patience teaches us to step back, reassess, and move forward with a clear mind. Many of life's greatest lessons come from waiting, learning, and growing through challenges. It is in these moments that patience reveals its true value, not just as a passive act, but as an active strength that helps us endure and evolve. Patience also plays a key role in personal success and creativity. Whether mastering a skill, building a career, or working towards a dream, nothing worthwhile happens overnight. The greatest achievements are often the result of consistent effort over time. Those who rush the process may find temporary success, but true mastery requires patience. Artists, writers, athletes, and entrepreneurs all understand that progress is gradual. The ability to stay committed without immediate rewards is what separates fleeting efforts from lasting greatness. Ultimately, patience aligns us with the natural flow of life. When we stop resisting the present moment, we gain a sense of peace and contentment. Instead of constantly chasing the next goal or outcome, we learn to appreciate where we are. This doesn't mean giving up on ambitions, but rather trusting that everything will come in its own time. By embracing patience, we cultivate a mindset that allows us to move through life with grace, wisdom, and unwavering faith in the unfolding of our journey. Observation is more than just seeing. When we observe deeply, we go beyond the surface and notice the finer details that often go unnoticed. This skill allows us to end people, situations, and the world around us with greater clarity. Instead of making quick judgments, we learn to absorb information fully, giving us a more complete and accurate perspective. Deep observation is a form of mindfulness, where we engage with our surroundings in a meaningful way rather than merely passing through them. Through deep observation, we become more attuned to patterns and connections. In nature, for example, every leaf, cloud, or movement of an animal tells a story. Similarly, in human interactions, subtle facial expressions, tones of voice, and body language reveal emotions and thoughts beyond spoken words. By paying close attention, we develop the ability to read between the lines and sense the unspoken. This heightened awareness enhances our intuition and helps us respond more effectively to different situations. Deep observation also fosters creativity and insight. Many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and scientists were keen observers of life. They noticed details others overlooked and connected ideas in innovative ways. When we take the time to observe deeply, we open ourselves to inspiration from unexpected places. The world becomes a source of endless learning, and even the most ordinary moments can reveal extraordinary insights. This practice nurtures curiosity and a sense of wonder, making life richer and more fulfilling. In relationships, deep observation strengthens understanding and connection. Often, people communicate their feelings not through words, but through small gestures and actions. A friend's quietness may indicate sadness, or a partner's hesitation may signal doubt. When we observe deeply, we pick up on these subtle cues and respond with empathy and care. This level of attentiveness makes others feel seen and valued, deepening the bonds of trust and emotional connection. Patience and deep observation go hand in hand. When we rush through life, we miss valuable details. Slowing down allows us to notice things that would otherwise be lost in the noise of a fast-paced world. Whether it is the changing colors of the sky, the way a child discovers something new, or the wisdom in an elder's words, deep observation brings a sense of appreciation for the present moment. It teaches us that beauty and meaning exist everywhere if we take the time to look closely. Developing the habit of deep observation transforms the way we experience life. It sharpens our awareness, improves our decision-making, and enhances our relationships. By being fully present and engaged, we cultivate a sense of wisdom that goes beyond book knowledge. Every moment becomes an opportunity to learn, grow, and connect with the world on a deeper level. The more we observe, the more we understand. And the more we understand, the richer our lives become. That actions have a language of their own, often more powerful than words. While words can express intentions, promises, and emotions, it is actions that ultimately define a person's character. People remember what we do far more than what we say. Words can be empty if they are not supported by consistent behavior, but actions leave lasting impressions. They show dedication, sincerity, and integrity in ways that words alone cannot achieve. When we let our actions speak, we build credibility and trust. In relationships, actions reveal true feelings and intentions. A person may say they care, but if their actions do not reflect care and effort, their words lose meaning. Acts of kindness, reliability, and support communicate love and respect more clearly than mere verbal assurances. Whether in friendships, family bonds, or romantic relationships, actions demonstrate commitment and sincerity. People feel valued not by what is said to them, but by how they are treated. Letting actions speak is also a principle of leadership and influence. True leaders do not just give speeches or make promises. They set an example through their actions. They show integrity by standing by their values, working hard, and treating others with fairness. Actions inspire others far more than words because they demonstrate real effort and conviction. Whether in personal life, work, or society, people follow those whose actions align with their principles. Silence accompanied by meaningful action is often more powerful than loud declarations. When we act instead of just talking about our plans or abilities, results speak for themselves. Hard work, perseverance, and consistency prove a person's worth more than boasting or making grand statements. Those who achieve success do so through quiet dedication rather than constant verbal reassurance. The strongest individuals allow their work to demonstrate their capabilities rather than seeking validation through words. It is easy to claim to stand for something, but true conviction is shown through how we behave, especially in difficult situations. Someone who values honesty will act truthfully, even when lying seems easier. A person who believes in kindness will show compassion, even when no one is watching. Actions shape our identity and define the kind of person we truly are. In the end, people recognize and respect those whose actions consistently reflect their beliefs. Living by the principle of letting actions speak brings authenticity and self-respect. There is no need to prove anything to others through excessive words when actions already tell the story. By focusing on what we do rather than what we say, we create a meaningful impact on the world around us. A person of action gains respect, trust, and influence without demanding it. In every aspect of life, it is not words but actions that leave a lasting legacy. Inner peace is not something found outside of ourselves, but something cultivated from within. It is a state of calm that remains steady, regardless of external circumstances. While the world is often chaotic and unpredictable, inner peace allows us to move through life with clarity and balance. It does not mean avoiding problems, but rather developing the strength to face them without being consumed by stress or negativity. When we cultivate inner peace, we gain the ability to handle life's challenges with patience and wisdom. One of the key ways to cultivate inner peace is through self-awareness. Many of our struggles come from reacting impulsively to situations without understanding our emotions. By observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we become more conscious of how we respond to life. Meditation, Mindfulness and self-reflection help quiet the mind, allowing us to detach from unnecessary worries. When we learn to control our inner world, the outer world has less power to disturb us. Letting go of control is another essential step in achieving inner peace. Much of our stress comes from trying to force situations to go a certain way. However, life is filled with uncertainty, and resisting this truth only creates frustration. Accepting that not everything is within our control brings a sense of freedom. Trusting the process and embracing the flow of life allows us to remain at peace, even when things do not go as planned. Surrendering to what is, rather than clinging to what we wish it to be, brings deep contentment. Forgiveness is a powerful practice in cultivating inner peace. Holding on to resentment and grudges weighs heavily on the mind and heart. When we forgive, we do not excuse harmful actions, but we release the burden they place on us. Forgiveness is for our own well-being, freeing us from the past and allowing us to move forward without anger or bitterness. By choosing peace over resentment, we create space for healing and emotional freedom. Simplicity also plays a significant role in nurturing inner peace. A cluttered life filled with unnecessary distractions and obligations leads to stress and exhaustion. When we simplify our priorities, let go of what no longer serves us, and focus on what truly matters, we create a peaceful environment for ourselves. Spending time in nature, disconnecting from constant stimulation, and appreciating the present moment all contribute to a more peaceful state of mind. Or a more peaceful state of mind. Peace is not found in external possessions, but in a life lived with intention and presence. Cultivating inner peace is a lifelong practice, requiring patience and dedication. It is not about eliminating difficulties, but about learning to remain calm within them. As we develop inner peace, we naturally radiate it to those around us, creating harmony in our relationships and environment. The more we nurture peace within ourselves, the more we contribute to a world that is in deep need of it. Inner peace is not a destination, but a way of being, and when we cultivate it, we find true strength and fulfillment. Trusting the flow of life means surrendering to the natural rhythm of events rather than resisting them. It is the understanding that everything happens in its own time and way, regardless of how much we try to control it. When we trust the flow, we stop forcing outcomes and instead allow life to unfold naturally. This does not mean giving up on goals or desires, but rather releasing the anxiety that comes with trying to manipulate every detail. It is about having faith that things will work out as they are meant to, even if the path is unclear. One of the biggest obstacles to trusting the flow is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, or fear of losing control. We often hold on tightly to certain expectations, believing that our happiness depends on specific results. However, life rarely follows a perfect plan, and rigid expectations can lead to disappointment. When we let go of fear and accept uncertainty, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Trusting the flow allows us to embrace change rather than resist it, leading to unexpected growth and opportunities. Patience plays a crucial role in trusting the flow. Many of life's greatest rewards take time to manifest, and rushing the process often leads to frustration. Just as a river finds its way to the ocean at its own pace, our journeys unfold in their own time. When we accept this, we stop struggling against delays and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, we recognize them as part of the process. Trusting that everything is happening for a reason, even when we cannot see it, brings a sense of peace and confidence. Trusting the flow also means listening to intuition and allowing inner wisdom to guide us. Often, we try to force decisions based on logic alone, ignoring the quiet voice within us. However, when we pay attention to our instincts and align with what feels right, we naturally move in the direction we are meant to go. The universe has a way of guiding us through subtle signs, coincidences, and gut feelings. When we stop resisting and start flowing with these signals, life becomes more harmonious and effortless. Challenges and hardships are inevitable, but trusting the flow helps us navigate them with resilience. Instead of seeing difficulties as failures, we begin to view them as lessons. Every setback holds wisdom, and every challenge shapes us into stronger, wiser individuals. Trusting the flow does not mean avoiding difficulties. It means understanding that they are part of the journey. By embracing each experience with an open heart, we grow in ways we never imagined possible. Living in the flow allows us to experience life with greater ease and joy. When we stop trying to control everything and trust that things will work out, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress. Life becomes more about presence and appreciation rather than worry and resistance. The more we trust, the more we see how everything connects in perfect timing. Trusting the flow is not about passivity, but about having faith in the journey, knowing that we are exactly where we are meant to be.